What's up everybody, my name is Big Cam and welcome back to another movie review. And today we're actually doing a dual movie review and comparing the 2002 animated Lilo and Stitch to the live action 2025 Lilo and Stitch. Now the 2025 version, sure, it's live action, it's not going to be the same as the animated version, obviously inspired from, but it's a completely different platform, right? Doing things in live action are much harder than doing them in animation, right? Like, in animation, your imagination is your only limit to what you can do, right? Like, if you can draw it and you can think of it, you can do it. Where in live action, it takes technology, it takes a lot of effort, right? Like, I saw some people comparing Lilo and Stitch and Nani from the animated version surfing a wave, and it's like this tube, and you know, like it's this perfect picturesque tube that they're surfing through. That doesn't happen in real life. Sure, tubes happen, but it's very hard to document it and then also make a CGI character and two real people do it, right? But I'll give them credit, they were actually surfing. It feels much more of a today movie. The Hawaiian people had all the Hawaiian-esque tattoos. The girls that were surfing, instead of wearing a bikini and like a floral onesie like they were in 2002, they're wearing like what you would wear in real life, like wetsuits, you know, like. And some people are mad about it, you know, like some of the reasons that people are hating on this online are just absolutely ridiculous. Granted, some of the reasons are fair. Why isn't Captain Gantu in the movie? For me, I was like, ah, man, that's a big piece that they're missing. You know, granted, now they can put him into a second movie, but I will stand by, that, you know, the animated Lilo and Nani are, you know, phenomenal, and I really love them a lot more. But that could just be the child in me that grew up with those movies, really just, you know, not being able to move past it. But Nani and Lilo from the live action version were very cute, and Lilo from that live action version was really cute and adorable. And the 2025 live action was directed by Dean Fleischer Camp, and Mia Kioloa played Lilo, and Sydney Agudong played Nani, and she was great. Chris Sanders came back, or Chris Saunders, whatever, Saunders, whatever. Chris Sanders is back to voice Stitch. Now, the biggest change from the live action to the animated was that Jumba and Plinkly are more of the human versions in the live action, where like they arrive on Earth and they like touch humans and then get their DNA so that they can disguise themselves as humans, so they don't have to walk around as aliens the whole time. And in the animated version, that doesn't happen at all. We see Pleakley more like cross-dressing and crazy outfits, and Jumba doesn't really cover himself up at all. Wears like glasses and just is this big, giant, chunky dude. And also, Jumba's not like the villain of the story in the animated version. He's not a good guy, but he's not like the villain either. Where in the live action, they kind of make him more the bad guy. And he's played by Zach Galifianakis, and Pleakley's played by Billy Magnuson. So, like, I enjoyed it. I did. Their performance, you know, seeing Zach Galifianakis was kind of funny as Jumba the whole time. But is it better than the Jumba and Pleakley from the animated version? Not in my mind, not even close. Also, Cobra Bubbles being Ving Rhames in the animated version. Obviously, Ving Rhames getting up there in age, but also probably was busy doing Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, and, you know, sure, those movies take a lot of time, but if he's getting paid good money to do it, what does he care? You know, he's just hanging out waiting for Tom Cruise to give him a call. Like, he's happy as can be. Like, but Courtney B. Vance played Cobra Bubbles in the live action version, and Amy Hill played Tutu, the neighbor. And, you know, I like that the Nani lady from who voiced Nani in the animated version played Mrs. Kikoa, who was like their social services agent lady that was coming to the house to like take care of Lilo type of thing. Because yeah, it was well done. I enjoyed it. The live action version I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. It was about a 5 out of 10, you know, like, I'm an adult. this isn't my type of movie anymore. And I also thought like that the live action version, they took all of the sad moments from the animated 2002 movie, like almost all of them. They didn't include certain things, and it was weird the things they didn't include, and then the things that they did include felt like all of the sad beats from the movie. They were like, we have to hit those, but it's all of like the little quirky, funny, quick moments from the animated movie that we all loved. They kind of brushed past those in the live action. It's like, you know, like it just didn't hit as hard. But the live action still had that great soundtrack, so I'll give them that. I'll tell you what, I was around my house, I was cleaning the other day after I got home from the movie, and the whole evening I was just like, like, just feeling very Hawaiian, the Hawaiian music. And if anything, the 2002 version, the strongest things going on in that movie are the soundtrack, you know, like the Elvis moments, the beats, you know, like the Devil in Disguise, you know, like the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Like, there's so many great musical moments in this. And then the ending is just like, it's super touching. Like, Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind. This is my family. We are broken. Still good. Yeah, still good. Like, that line always gets me. I'm like, oh God. Because I don't know, but y'all, if you've ever grown up with a broken family, it's the only one you got, and it's broken, and it's bad, and it's shitty, and times are tough, but still good. Still good. You know, it's better than being alone, you know, and that's pretty much the whole point of the animated and the live action movie, is that, you know, Lilo's alone, and she finds herself a best friend and a pal that won't leave her behind, and a new family member in Stich. And if there's anything I want to leave you guys with, is that your family, your blood family, doesn't have to be, you know, the be-all, end-all, what you die on your hill for, you know what I mean? Like, some families just don't work out. And I think, you know, you can make your own family, or, you know, the found family along the way sometimes are even better and will treat you even better than your family ever would. So find your own family, and your friends a lot of times are family more than your family is. And shout out to all my homies, and shout out to Langone and Lexi and Avery and her friend, Lexi's friend Nikki. Shout out to Nikki for showing up and coming to the movie theaters with us. And 5 of us went to go and see Lilo and Stitch with Langone's little daughter, and she seemed to enjoy it. So I'm not mad at all at the live action. You know, even though I didn't like it, I gave it a 5 out of 10. The animated version I give 4 out of 5 stars, about an 8 out of 10, so I really like the animated version. It still holds up really well, friggin' 23 years later, making me feel old, because I was probably 3 or 4 when that movie came out, and I got to see it for the first time, like, crazy. And now my buddy's daughter is 3 or 4 and going to see Lilo and Stitch for the first time. So it's crazy how times change, and now instead of just one Lilo and Stitch movie, there's 2, you know? So there's a new generation of kids getting put on to Lilo and Stitch, and hopefully they go back and the parents show them the animated version, and Lilo and Stitch lives on for a long, long time, because Stitch is a legendary character and he deserves to live on. But comment below your thoughts and your review scores of the 2 Lilo and Stitch movies. Have you gone and seen the animated version back in 2002? And will you go and see the live action version in theaters? Go check it out. And if not, wait for Disney Plus for it to be put out. But either way, comment below your thoughts on Lilo and Stitch, the live action and the animated versions. I'd love to hear them. You can follow my movie reviews and my other social medias down in the description below. Check out my Letterboxd if you're a big movie person like me, and see all the movies I've watched this year and my reviews and the order I've put them out in, the lists I got over there. Tons of good stuff. Stay tuned for the next movie review coming out tomorrow, and another one coming out after that. And thank you guys so much for coming on by. If you'd like to support the channel, the best way to do that is liking this video, commenting down below, subscribing if you're new. Make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss future videos and you get the notifications. Once again, my name's Big Cam. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate anybody that's made it this far, and I really love you, and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Peace.